Holy fucking shit, it's the 100th episode? What? It's the 100th episode of the Not Even a Show. Wow, we made it, we did it, we finally made it to the 100th, and what's a better idea than to do a clip show for the 100th episode? Everybody loves that idea, and nobody will be mad that we didn't do new material. And we've got some of the best clips for you folks. You're gonna absolutely cream in your, we can't say it. You're gonna absolutely love this this compilation that we did. We have Lockwood, JJ, all the good stuff, all the stuff that you love, and it's time to watch it now. And please watch it and enjoy. And here's to another 100. 100 more of these.
Keep trolling, wait. Keep trolling, wait. Keep trolling.
Excuse me. Let's go out to James in Calgary, who generally calls and we debate, but he usually doesn't have a great point. So we're gonna change that today. He's gonna
oh, hey, good morning, Curtis. How are you?
What's up?
Oh man, I was reading your Twitter. I'm a big fan of your Twitter.
Yeah, I know that.
I think you're one of the great guys on Twitter.
Yeah.
You tweeted in the wake of that horrible terrorist attack.
Yeah.
You said that thoughts and prayers to more innocent victims of Islamic extremism,
Right.
waiting to see what UK citizens are willing to do.
Yeah.
I guess somebody called you out on it and said, "Hey, did you even read the article?"
No. Yeah, well, actually, yes.
No,
hold on. You're right. Somebody did call me out,
Yeah.
but that was actually before we found out that it was actually a white British citizen who was mowing down people coming out of a mosque.
But did anybody report that it was Islamic extremism, or did you just sort of assume that?
No, I assumed it. How would you not assume it?
Oh, I see.
Why would you not assume
it? Oh, because, well, if you were somebody that was always talking about the spreading of misinformation,
no, I'm just saying, why would
be careful?
What would you assume it was? Would you assume it was a Jesuit
Well, you wouldn't
priest?
assume anything. You would wait for the facts.
No, I don't need to assume. I can assume. I feel like I know enough about the.
But you understand you were wrong.
Oh no, I said I was wrong.
You were proven wrong.
Right? No, I was wrong.
My point. What you should do, Curt, is you should post a thing saying I made a mistake.
Let me be very clear about something.
But you
First
didn't
of all,
do that.
no, let me be very clear about something. You don't need to be giving me social media advice because I sure as shit don't know who the hell you are. And every time you call, you sound like you're stoned. So I'm not going to take advice from you, number one. Number two, I admitted I made a mistake. It was my mistake. That's no problem.
By the way, do you know what the word defame means yet?
Really? Are you seriously waking up this early to call in for that one? My God.
We'll go to the phone lines again. Chris, you're next on this one with Steve and Curt. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, hey, how are you today?
Good.
Can you ask Curt a question for me? Curt, are you there?
You can ask him yourself.
Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, hey, Curt. I was just curious. Do you know? Could you tell me the definition of the word defame?
Oh, this is some schmuck who calls into my show every day. I think he's Canadian. He does. He's high every morning by 9:15, and he calls.
So he followed you here.
Right, he did. He followed me over here, and he has absolutely no like political awareness whatsoever. But he tries to like call in and ask about.
We usually have good Canadians who call on the show. We've had a lot of Canadians who have really good calls.
I mentioned, we were talking about James Comey, and somebody had said I said he was being, how do you defame somebody that isn't actually famous?
Oh.
and so he said, oh, you used the word defamed in the wrong sentence, in the wrong context. Like,
well, in that case, I think you might have.
Right. No, I did. But the point was.
Right. It was to be funny.
Right.
I get you, Curt. Right. As someone who's also very funny, I understand. Sometimes people just don't get it.
Nope. See, and this is where I would do the Mitt Romney laugh if I was over on the board. But see, here's the thing is Grace obviously calls you a quasi-celebrity.
Right.
So you, all, by your understanding, could not be defamed.
Right. Right.
Don't try your sword on me if I tell you something that's really true.
Let me go to Skip, who's been hanging on. Hey, Skip. Is Skip there? I'm going to put Skip on hold. Somebody see if Skip is still with us. Let me go to James in Idaho. Hey, brother James.
Oh, hey, Joe. How are you? Big fan.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
My question for you is, do the other members of the Eagles get mad when you don't pay your child support?
No. Hey, James, thanks for the call. I was never in the Eagles, and I always paid my child support.
If not.
But dang, I'm so glad you listened to this show.
That's awesome.
And you know what's really cool about that, Joel? We kept James on the line for about 15 minutes so he could get in that little dig. I just love it. I hope he feels good about himself. Let me go to Chad. Hey, Chad.
Hey, Joel. That James guy, that's just...
Oh, I love it.
Probably sitting behind his keyboard with a funny pink hat on. You know, he's probably been looking forward to this all day.
JJ spoke out, roasted my eye.
John, line 4, Idaho. Welcome to America First.
Hey, Mr. Gorka, thank you so much for taking my call. I'm
Sure.
a huge fan. Super excited that you have the radio show for me to listen to every day. I got a liberal sister she gives me a hard time about being such a fan. She says she calls you a big-headed bootlicker and all sorts of nasty stuff
Is
like that.
she older or younger?
She's younger than I am.
And then how do
younger.
you respond to her rudeness? I mean, that's such a lefty thing.
How rude of her.
Hey, did she?
Well, that's what I say. I don't say anything about any of the people that she listens to or likes, and she watches the Daily Show. I don't ever comment on that. And she's always saying stuff like, she says that you seem like your breath smells and you don't like, just ridiculous stuff like that.
Is that what your parents taught her?
I mean, I hope not, because I was taught the same thing, and I don't talk like that. She says, "Oh, he's got nice 3-piece suits, but you can put a 3-piece suit on a piece of dog crap. It's still a piece of dog crap, and he's actually one of the ugliest and biggest losers on the entire terrestrial radio."
How hateful she is. What's her first name?
Yeah.
What's your sister's first name, John?
Her first name is Gorka.
Oh, so you're a troll. Oh,
yeah, that's right. You big-headed.
Yeah,
dog.
you gotta hit the.
Greene.
Yeah, thank you. Kill him. See, this is why the left will never win, because they are fueled by hate. By hate. They are being eaten by acid on the inside. They can't argue your points. They go ad hominem. John, you're a sad little man.
Whatever your name is, you're pathetic. You are the antithesis of what this nation is. And the fact that you had to invent a sister to put your foul words into the mouth of means that you, John, are also a coward.
Lock gang, lock gang, lock gang, lock gang, lock gang. FBI's knocking on Chris's door.
Can anyone do a prank with me? I'm trying to do a prank. It's usually more busy at this time.
This train is for Richmond Brighouse.
Not for me. You getting Orange Julius or Dairy Queen? Huh? You getting Orange Julius or Dairy Queen?
Orange Julius.
Oh, sick. I love an old Orange Julius on a warm day, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh, yeah. How's your day going?
Good. How about you?
Oh, very good. Just enjoying the weather.
Very nice weather.
Yeah, it's very nice. Mild, but quite nice. Oh, have a good day.
You too.
What's this clock all about?
I don't know, man. Yeah, it's a big landmark here.
Big clock.
Yeah.
It's got steam, I guess it looks like.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, steam clock, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, there. That's what it's called.
Yeah,
Very
it is.
cool. Yeah, nice day, anyways. Have a good day.
You too.
I know you guys are busy. I just want to say I really respect what you guys do very much. Oh,
Okay,
can you
I
not
was
shake
shaking
hands?
hands,
Oh, no
but,
problem. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Cause I'm a motherfucking toy boy. The boy caught his eye.
Caller from the 208. State your name when you're calling from. You on the Mancave Morning Show, afternoon show.
My name is Jesse, and I'm calling from Nashville. I got an issue with my man cave. My woman keeps trying to come in my man cave. I keep trying to say to her, "Hey, listen, this is a man cave. I got the sports posters up. I got the naked ladies. I got the little mini fridge. You know, this ain't for the ladies. And so, what do I do, boys? How do I keep the ladies out of my man cave?"
First of all, some of us like the man cave stuff, okay? We want to be a part
I'm
too.
gonna tell you right now, caller. Tell your woman to stay the hell out your man cave because keyword man. Cave.
What?
Tell her to stay the hell out your man cave.
You got one room, it's yours.
Some of us actually built their man cave, so don't forget that.
I tried to tell her that. I tried to say it to her, and she said, "Hey, you know, we should be spending time together, and you know, you shouldn't be trying to get away from me. We should actually be wanting to be with each other." And I said, "Get the hell out of my man cave." And she's like, "Hey, maybe we should go to a therapist and talk to a therapist or something like that, and like try to work through some of these issues." And I was like, "Maybe you should work into getting out of my man cave."
Well, you know what?
Wait a minute, caller. Where you calling from again?
Nashville.
Nashville.
I'm in Nashville. My name's Jesse.
Shout out to Nashville.
Salute.
We appreciate you.
Never
What's your name again?
My name's Jesse. Jesse.
Jesse. Jesse, we're going to put you on our wall of fame right now. Thank you for calling into the Man Cave Morning.
Thanks a lot, boys. I love you guys, man.
Love you too,
We love you too. Thank you.
Love you too. Love Jesse.
I called Jim Lockwood show one day. He fucked me straight up and he sent me away.
John is watching on Facebook Live. Hey, John.
Oh, hello there, Brian. Good morning. Really big fan as well, just like the last caller.
Thank you.
Donald Trump's tweet this morning, he tweeted out again some negative sort of juvenile stuff about CNN. Oh, by the way, I love your new book, the Andrew Jackson book.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's great. I have a weird question about the book, though. Is it different paper that you're using from the Thomas Jefferson book, a softer paper?
I don't know. I hope not. I never looked at it, but I can ask. Why?
Oh, just because it feels a little bit better when I use it to wipe my ass.
No. I guess, yeah. So we'll find out what's going on there. But John's listening on Facebook Live in Seattle, so it's always good to have supporters out there. But listen, that's a good point.
Don't you know I'm still calling all the other hosts?
There are
It'd be
those
nice
pesky...
if this were a dictatorship, so long as I was the dictator.
So
well, that's really the only way to get things done is to complete executive command over the...
But first, let's go to the phones. To the phone, we got Chris in Ohio watching us on our Twitch feed at twitch.lrn.fm, which is our video feed in HD quality.
Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, fellas, how are you? Excited to be on with the three, just a couple boys hanging out. I'm curious, why is the one fella? I got my shirt off as well. Why is the one fella got his shirt still on?
I think because that's you, I feel like wearing a shirt.
But I mean, everybody's got its shirts off, man. It's shirts off.
Daryl's way more jacked than Daryl's way more jacked than me and Conan. So like maybe he's just being coy. I don't know. Modest, yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're jacked, well, you prove it. I mean, we're shirts
He
off.
doesn't have to
today,
prove
obviously.
anything. He doesn't have to prove anything to you. I see him going to the gym every single day, but. What are you going to pay him to take his shirt off? I guess that would be the most important question. Because
Daryl, I'm sure, has a price.
Like, there's got to be a number at which Daryl will just take that thing off.
Prostitute it up, man.
Now, I don't know if that's legal in Twitch land for that to actually happen, because Twitch has a bunch of silly rules about what you can and can't do.
I don't know, but I will say this, and thank you for the call.
Chris.
What a numbskull.
Let's wrap the remaining 3 up here in a moment. I'll go to the phones here and to your calls and thoughts. We've got somebody calling from Discord, calling themselves Friendly Little Boy. You're on Free Talk Live. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, how's it going? I'm a little bit, got no shirt on for sure. I love that you guys got no shirt on. Love that no shirt life. You know what I mean?
Tell me what you're calling about tonight.
Well, I'm calling about you guys are looking good without your damn shirts on, and I'm ready to party. What do you guys say? You guys are doing a damn radio show on a live stream, showing off. You guys are a couple of snacks. You know what I mean? I mean, what do you want?
I have
from me?
no clue.
Snack is some sort of slang for the internet, meaning that you find us attractive. That's not what you said you were calling about.
Friendly little boy.
Well, that's because I knew you wouldn't let me on the air if you knew I was the
same person calling back. Yeah, we have a 1 call per night rule.
You could have told the truth and said you wanted to talk about being shirtless, and we would have put you on the air. You don't have to call and tell a lie about, what you want to talk about. This really is an open phone show, and you really can talk about whatever it is you want. So you don't need to use subterfuge. I had no idea you were the same person, so thanks for being honest about that, because it's only 1 call per night.
We love Chris the fucking best. Yeah, Chris. We love Chris, yeah, fuck Chris. When I say fuck, I mean I wanna fuck Chris.
Show you how prejudiced you are.
The country was divided.
And of course, I'm talking about Hillary Clinton.
Please welcome the talented Chris James.
Hey guys, hey everyone. I'm a local. I live amongst you, and here in Vancouver, I have a place over in East Vancouver, close to Main and Broad, closer to Fraser, closer to 8th Avenue. This is my address. I'm not afraid of any of you. I like my place. It's like I have a bad landlord. Like, he's bad at being a landlord, which is actually like your intuition is you think you want to have a good landlord. That's what you think, right? But that's if you're a good tenant. That's a key thing to remember. I found out if you're a bad tenant like me, it's actually better to have an equally bad landlord. Like, it makes life less stressful. You can't call you on anything. He'll try to call me on things. He's like, hey, were you renting out your suite illegally for 2 weeks? I was like, do you ever fix those locks? He's like, oh, yeah. One time he was at my apartment door, we were having a conversation, and he started going like, he's like, I smell cigarette smoke. He's like, you're not smoking cigarettes inside your apartment, are you? And I was like, no, you're smoking one right now. He's like, oh fuck, sorry. It's a smoke-friendly building, 2018, smoke-friendly. You smell it all in the hallways, everyone smokes. It's crazy. There's even a no smoking sign in the lobby. Someone wrote LOL under it. But sometimes what'll happen though, he'll let anybody in, like, cause no references or anything, so you get some like trouble neighbors, and some people moved in above me, they were like real trouble. Their names are Mary and Terry, and they would fight all the time, like, not like a normal fight either. Like, this is an example of one of their fights. Hey, that was the last rock! And oh, that's her, by the way. That was the last, I paid for those rocks, and you never paid for any rocks, you better start. It's a lot of very rock-centric arguments. And I'm really naive, I guess, because it took me quite a while to realize that these aren't collectors of precious gemstones. Yeah, it's crack cocaine, if you know. I know most of it's new. I don't want anyone left behind. And I have empathy for people addicted to drugs, but like, it's hard. You're part of their life. You gotta like hear all their. And like I said, they start like a normal argument. They'll take this crazy turn. Like one, she's yelling, I'm the breadwinner. You respect me. I made $38,000 last year. I pay the bills. I pay the rent. You respect me because I'm the breadwinner. At first you hear that, you're like, that's cool. That's a progressive way to divide the household. That's what you want. But then it all comes crashing down, that reality you've created, because he responds. He's like, the only reason you made $38,000 last year is because you collect unemployment in 2 provinces. He's like, I'm pretty sure that's against the law. You're hearing the whole argument. It's so hard to not just be like, yeah, no, it definitely is. But it's weird, I miss them now, actually. It's weird, because they got evicted, and now I miss them, because the people who moved in above are super nosy, and I have a cat, and we're not technically supposed to have cats, but we're also technically not supposed to smoke. So I thought it would be no problem, but then he kicked someone out for having a pet, so I got really hypersensitive. I didn't want anyone to know. And the new person who moved in above me was super nosy, and the first conversation we had, she's like, hey, do you have a pet by any chance? And I was like, I don't know, obviously not. I don't even know why you'd ask that. You know? It's like, we're not allowed pets, obviously. Yeah, I don't know why you'd ask that. And she's like, well, because it sounds like I hear you talking to a pet. I was like a bit embarrassed, but I couldn't fess up. I was like, I had to come up with something, so I was like, it must be my girlfriend. And you hear me, she comes over sometimes, she has sort of a quiet voice, but it must be her that you hear me talking to. And she's like, really? Because the other day you were saying how she's not allowed to go outside? I was like, yeah, I'm a dangerously controlling misogynist who's following all the rules in the building. But it made me miss Mary and Terry. Like, it really made me miss them because, like, for all their downfalls, they would no nosiness at all. They would, like, I could tell them, I would have been like, hey, I have a cat, don't say anything. They would have been like, we have an active meth lab. All right, you guys are
And welcome to the Monday show. Glad to have you guys with us today. Oh, we got some good stuff coming up. Let me tell you what we got. First of all, we got somebody that took exception with some of my words last week. And so we're going to have him on the show to discuss that. His name is John Tisdale, and that's going to be a great call. So we'll have him at the bottom of the hour.
The doctor is in.
Oh, yeah. The doctor is in, and thank you guys for sticking with our technical difficulties. Here on the Newsmaker line, we have John Tisdale. And, John, thank you for joining us on the Doc Greene Show.
Thanks for having me, Doc. I appreciate you taking the call and taking the time.
Well, I understand that we have a slight differing of opinion, and I believe that the only way we ever solve any problems in the world is if we talk. So, you, sir, have the floor.
Well, I was a little bit distressed about some comments that you had made in regards to saying that you will kill to save the children and asking if people would do the same. I see that as sort of inciting in a way that's, not necessarily responsible for a radio personality such as yourself to do. Especially with, the history you have showing up at the library and everything. I just, I had an issue with that. I think you knew what you were doing when you said that, and I think that type of language is dangerous in today's society.
Well, I can see why you might think that. I'm trying to make a point. Of course, I was jumping on something that was said earlier in the show by one of my other associates here, but we talked about the fact that everyone says, well, that's the hill I'm willing to die on. I'm willing to give my life for this. I'm willing to give my life for that. But Patton was brought up. You remember General Patton, and he said, your job is not to die for your country. Your job is to make the other poor bastard die for his. Your thoughts on that, John?
Well, he's a general in a war. So, I mean, the difference of it is he's speaking of in battle, which I don't necessarily agree with, but there's a difference between speaking that way in war and speaking that way as a citizen on a radio program. I just want to mention you don't have your video up right now, Doc. I'm not sure.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. We got it up now. Thank you.
No problem.
I'm still looking for another in-studio producer here. It's hard to find people that'll work for the kind of money I'm willing to pay.
I get that. But yeah, I mean, I think it's different between a wartime when we're talking in war and we're talking about living our lives. I mean, do you see it as a war happening right now? Is that the way you see the world?
Well, yes, I do. I believe it's a war. I believe it's a war for the soul of America. And I know that children are the future. I recall one man that said, give me your children and I will take over the world.
believe that's absolutely true.
And you know, one of my good friends out there, the Reverend Michael Fernandez, is a former homosexual, and he's talked to me a little bit about what his life was like in those days. And I don't want anyone to experience the darkness that comes from living the homosexual lifestyle. And I've had, a guy who used to play with me in a band years ago was another former homosexual. And,
but Doc, could you not see that the darkness that is being experienced is because of people like you and because of the rhetoric that you spread and the hate that you spread? That is why the darkness exists. So to say you don't want people to experience that, and that's what you're trying to save them from, is kind of the height of irony, if you ask me.
Well, I do see your point there. It's just that I disagree on your point because our mayor is a homosexual. Our previous mayor was a homosexual. So you'd have to say that homosexuality is pretty much universal and accepted here in the United States.
Would you not, John?
Yeah, I think it is, and I think that there's nothing wrong with that. The way I think of things is, whatever's happening in someone's life, I've said this before, the world is not an easy place to navigate, and it has its ups and its downs, and it's a frustrating place to be, and anything that anybody can do to feel a little bit happier and more content and enjoy life, I'm all for it. And the idea that you want to, get in the way of what people are doing outside of, your life, to me, it doesn't make any sense. But my big question for you, Doug, I have a big question about this issue, if you don't mind me asking.
Well, that's why you're here. So we air all viewpoints on this show.
Okay, perfect. So my question is, are you still fucking the cardboard cutout?
He finally got through, yeah.
Just take the call, little JJ, even though you know what's coming. Everyone will be about shirts. Rocking better shirts than you. Loving the JJ crew.
Hello, Frank. You're on the JJ McCartney Show. Oh, Frank. No, wait. This is not Frank. This is Ron. Oh, he went away.
Is this?
Excuse me? What? This is the host. Go ahead, Ron.
Hi, JJ. I wanted to call in on the topic regarding your father. I was a naval midshipman for 23 years, and we would call it a line, not a rope.
Right. Yeah.
But that brought me back. I was in Subic Bay. Do you know Subic Bay? In the Philippines.
Yes.
Subic Bay Naval Base. And that was the year of the Shah fell, 1979.
Yep.
And I was a commander in the Navy at Subic Bay, and it must have been December, it was near Christmas time, and we locals would work on the base we called them trustees. They were cooks, they would also clean up, and they would also put on a Christmas celebration for us.
Right.
So we would leave the base, and we would go. Now, I would not leave the base because you go down the road that the Seabees built, and it would be all manners of locals selling things and also selling themselves.
Yep.
So I would try to avoid that for candy bars. But I did leave for this because the people treated us so well. And we got to the village, and first of all, they had an American flag raised in our honor. I hadn't known that they were going to do that. And in addition to this, they had gifts for us.
Wow.
These people were so poor. And I'm handed one. I open it up, and it's a shirt.
Oh, yeah, you're so smart.
Don't you just feel like such an asshole? I'm sorry, a jerk, like a complete
poser. Isn't that what you are?
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to pretend I was in the military, and I'm going to make up this story, and then I'm going to talk about how this blah, 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 blah. Wow. I'd like to thank you personally for proving how slimy, stupid, and juvenile, not only that, but you just, I mean, seriously.
You spend your entire life doing this?
A man sits alone in his room, spouting off in hateful ways about our impending doom. And he hesitates, but then he answers the phone, hoping that somebody will throw him a bigoted bone. But that hope quickly turns to hurt when he realizes that every call's about his shirt. And imagine waking up every single day knowing that the lone wolves are gonna make your ass pay. Yeah, gonna make you pay for all the hateful, hurtful, shitty things that you say. Yeah, there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, 'cause we come from the bottom, from the top, and from every side. JJ snap, 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 JJ snap. Upward.
Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hey, Matt, it's Jason in Idaho.
Jason in Idaho.
Yeah. How y'all doing today? How's everybody doing in the studio there?
Great. How's your potatoes?
Excuse me?
Your potatoes.
Oh, I get it. You're trying to make a little Idaho potato joke. Come on, man. That's a low blow, Matt. Come on.
Would expect. I'm a host.
That's fine. I just wanted to tell a quick story. And then
Dude, you ought to
said,
listen
what?
to George Carlin or somebody for better material.
Is that
Mike
is that
Conrad.
93-year-old man trying to tell me I should get better material? I mean, that's the way he dresses. Goddamn huge gut sticking out with some terrible, ill-fitting suit and awful shoes and a baseball hat.
You are a real
I mean, come on,
intellectual,
that's
huh?
story?
Dude, you're not funny. You're not anything. You're just a zero. There's not
What do
even
you
any
do,
shtick
John?
here.
What do you do with your life, John? Your name's not even Jason, for crying out loud.
Shtick it sucks.
See, Matt Connarton, he knows how to handle a phone call at least. I give him some respect. He just seemed like some doting old man.
You don't even.
You're not funny, dude.
You don't. It's not even. There's not even anything in here. No sparkle. No satire. No anything.
Yeah.
Just hang up.
What's the point of you being on the show? Do they need? Is it in case somebody needs to get their taxes done? You old geek.
Here is a sparkling wit. I mean, do you think you disturb me at all? You're just wasting airtime.
He gets to run his own radio show. You can get your own radio show if you want to decide when to end calls. You old nerd.
What a jackass, you know?
What's your? Hey, don't
Dude.
swear. Don't
Well,
swear.
jackass isn't really.
Matt doesn't like swearing.
Jeez, how much dope have you smoked? I mean, you know? Artie har har, right? God. Artie har har.
What a classic old man baby boomer response. How much dope have you smoked?
Yeah,
it's
because
not reefer madness anymore.
My
old
brain,
man.
you know what?
Marijuana is
my
legal
brain, my neurons. Jeez, if this guy had if intelligence was electricity, this guy couldn't spark a firefly's ass.
Oh
It's
my
ridiculous.
goodness! You sound. What am I at the Thanksgiving Day table listening to my uncle try to be funny? I mean, this is pathetic, dude.
You're stupid.
You're stupid.
After all,
down, Jack Lemon.
Hey, dude. Hey, dude. Hey, dude. My God. Jeez.
Where's Walter Matthau?
This is your life. Oh man, I'm a Facebook celebrity.
well, he never claimed to be a Facebook celebrity. He never.
Maybe more people would be watching this crap if you tuck
Hey,
your dang
stupid,
belly
it's
in.
radio, right?
Well, you can watch it on Facebook.
Oh wow, I'm gonna watch something
Anyway,
on Facebook.
Matt, I'll let you go now.
I'm gonna let
we got
you
a lot
go
of
now.
orders to get
I'm
to,
gonna
so
sharpen that
I'm gonna
half
let you
wit
go.
up.
All right, Jason from Idaho.
Stop talking over me. It's terrible radio. Don't you understand? The guy's trying to run a radio show.
When are the food stamps? You can go down and pick up your cheese now.
Yeah, we don't have food stamps in Canada, and that's actually a really funny thing to do, to shame people who are poor as well.
Shamed me.
You're a
Oh,
classy.
you're so hurtful. Shame. Grow up. Grow up.
Live in the real world.
Right? My God.
It's really shaming.
Jesus, it's like being the children. I mean, it's like a child. Listen to somebody. I'm not saying Lenny Bruce or something, and get a better routine.
I love how your references for comedy are George Carlin and Lenny Bruce, two
Yes,
comedians
because
who
you
are
know
actually
what?
prevalent in the 60s, 50s.
Oh, yeah,
like,
because-
how old are you?
Because, oh wow, there's comedians that such stunning genius. I mean, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. The book was published yesterday. So much better than that crap. My God, if you're gonna steal, you steal
Anyway,
from
hey
better
Matt,
people.
can I talk to Matt for a second? I'm done talking to you, you look like an old baby.
What kind of person would this Arschlock be? I mean, this is ridiculous.
What's an arschlock? What is that word? Arschlock?
You look like an elderly toddler.
Oh wow.
How stunning! What a stunning wit! Jesus. I mean,
Matt,
look
can I
at
talk
this.
to you again?
Talk about a one-dimensional person.
Yeah. What can I do for you, Jason from Idaho, from Canada?
Mr. Boar.
No
Boring.
problem. I apologize for starting such a fight on your show. I didn't mean to. It's probably going to be uncomfortable once everything ends now.
I'm not uncomfortable with you, dummy.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering why you were wasting
Hey,
my
I'm talking
time.
to my friend Matt. I'm talking to my friend Matt, you old baby.
My Pat? Your Pat?
I think he said Matt.
You came from a speck of nothingness. You're a bore. You don't have anything to say. It's stupidity. You're a fucking waste of time. Sorry about that.
Oh!
I had to hit the dump button on.
no, the old baby swore.
Hey, I'm taking my hat off to you. You got me.
And I can't hang up on him. He's here in the studio. Oh, he hung up. All right.
Hey, kudos to you.
Oh, well.
The damn fool.
No, he got you.
Don't swear, Connarton don't like that. He don't want no swearing, so don't swear on his show. No, don't swear. My friend Matt don't like that. So please stop your swearing. You don't swear on this man's show. No.
Yeah, well, let's say it. Come and say it in person.
Well, he's not going to come all the way here from
Come
Idaho.
and say it in person.
He's not going to come all the way here from Idaho, Canada.
Come say it to my face.
What would happen? What would you do?
He wouldn't dare.
Ooh. Would you take your glasses off and everything?
Wouldn't have to.
If you're the worst of the worst, then you make the Fat Master burst.
Chris in Idaho, welcome to the program, sir.
Oh, hey, Todd. Big fan. I'm watching and batching off right now to the live stream. You're a really good-looking guy.
Well, you know, we do what we can do. It's amazing what makeup can do.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, it's, I like to call these radio shows, these right-wing radio shows, and I guess batch off or jack off or whatever, and you're one of the better-looking guys for sure.
Yeah, we're going to get rid of that guy. Yeah, thanks a lot, Chris there, pal.
I love your glasses.
What was that all about?
Sorry?
What was that all about?
Pal.
What do you mean?
So you must not have a job. You must be a total loser for you to call in these type of shows and talk like that, right?
Well, I live in my mom's basement.
Yeah, typical liberal. Typical liberal.
Wondering why those swords went away. The boys back in town, the boys back in town.
So keep trying to call. I don't give a damn. Hey, Jim, I want to talk to you.
Hey, Jim, I want to talk to you.
You're not going to talk to me. Sorry. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Bill. I'm calling from here in South Bend.
Okay.
That Chris fella, what's his fucking problem, man?
What's what?
What's his problem? I'm just calling so you know you have real callers and everything.
Okay. You don't do a good job impersonating voices. Just saying. You're not funny, dude. Doesn't really matter. Keep wasting your time. Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
How come I'm the only person who calls, though?
Because no one has called in yet, Chris.
But no one ever does.
But no one ever calls. That's right. No one ever calls. No one ever called this show. Right, Chris? No one ever does. No one ever calls in. Right?
Why has no one called today at all?
Who let the dogs out? Oh, that's for Hillary. Sorry, I meant that for Hillary.
From an undisclosed location in their parents' basement, here's a liberal caller.
What would you like to say, Chris, of any intelligence? Do you have anything to say intelligently?
I just wanted to apologize for pranking you. I'm really sorry. That's what I wanted to do.
Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, hi, Jim. Thanks for taking my call. It's Lori calling.
Hey, Lori, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Not too bad. What's up?
Terrific. Well, I understand. I believe my son Chris has been calling you.
Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Okay.
And I understand
Chris?
he's been calling, and I just wanted to phone and apologize to you if he's been
Oh, is
bothering
that right?
you.
You talking about Chris James?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, what is this? The apology tour? What do you have to call all the show? You going to call Wayne Dupree tonight and apologize to him too? By the way, where do you live?
We've been trying to get him out of the house, but he lives in the basement, and he's only 13.
So put a little tiny feather right in your cap, 'cause you just got a phone call from the motherfucking Fat Master.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
I just gotta say, that checkered tie, really digging it today, Roger. Really digging it.
I appreciate that. Coming from a man whose tie and whose pocket square are perfectly coordinated today.
It's a high compliment. Many thanks.
Well, thank you. And revealing the suspenders, too, after coming off the Jones show. A big move. All right, let's go out to the phone lines indeed. Your calls for Roger Stone or myself. Let's go to Chris in Florida as well. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, hey, good afternoon, fellas. How are you?
We're great.
I'm excited to talk to Roger. I'm a big fan of yours, Roger. I love you a lot. Love that you're on the live stream. You're looking good with those suspenders.
Thank you. It's kind of the Larry King look, but I wanted to change it up from the Alex Jones show.
You look a lot better than Larry King, sir. You look a whole lot better than Larry King.
Well,
No
I'm
offense to him.
at least 30 years younger, I think, but go ahead.
Yeah, you really look good.
Well, you are a fan, so go ahead with your question.
Yeah, my name's the Fat Master. I'm kind of a well-known figure, and I like to watch these radio shows, and I find the most handsome hosts, and I like to, I guess, batch off to them.
Well, that's very interesting. Do you have a question for us today?
Yeah, my question is, have you ever heard of Jim Lockwood and the Lock Gang?
Lock gang, lock gang, lock gang, lock gang, lock gang, lock gang. I cannot say that I have.
Chris, did you want to talk about South Korea and North Korea like it says on the board here, or are you just calling in for a good time?
I am having a good time jacking off, yeah.
All right, well, that's
okay. Yeah, you know what? Go ahead and dump that too. Let's go ahead and dump that, please.
Yeah,
thank you very much. Hey,
I know I have a lot of fans, but this is a family show. So thank you very much for your call.
All right, everyone, that's the end. Wow, 100. We did it, folks. We made it to this big historic milestone. We did it together. Thanks for everyone who's been there from the start and also from all the new people as well. And do check out the Patreon, patreon.com/notevenashow. Follow me on Twitter @thecjs, and let's have some fun together, and let's do it again. 100 more of these. Can you imagine if that happened? Thanks a lot, guys. See you next week. Bye.